When you think of a Ford Mustang Cobra, what do you think about? The Terminator Cobra, shoot, even the Shelby GT500, some people still call Cobras. But then there's this one. This is the SN95 Cobra. And no, it's not the 99 to 01 Cobra, and it's not the Cobra R. It's a car all on its own. So there's a lot of confusion when it comes to this Cobra specifically. Not only does this car need a good explanation, it also has a pretty amazing story. And get to the bottom of why this might be the most forgotten Mustang of all time. Hey guys, huge thanks to DraftKings for sponsoring today's video. We've made it a long summer without basketball, but don't worry, the NBA is back. Get in on all the basketball action with my partners at DraftKings. And right now, all new customers who bet just $5 get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's right, all new customers who bet just $5 will get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Stay in on the action with your $200 in bonus bets. And if sports betting is not available in your state, don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy and have the shot to win cash prizes. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use my promo code ThatDude and bet just $5 on any wager and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code ThatDude only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Sir Blake, where are we?
We're at the VMP Performance headquarters.
That's right, and if you're new here, years ago I drove his SVT Contour, and out of all the cool cars that I drove that day, your video performed the best, which is so funny to me because I think people could relate to the Contour, right? Because a lot of people like did their driving tests in them, or their granddad had one, or their mom had one, and then you had the cool version, which is really hard to find. Most people, when I released that video, didn't even know that car existed.
No, I didn't even know it existed.
Until you had one.
Until I had one. I actually seen it in the parking lot, believe it or not. I was like, who put SVT badges on this car? And then I found out it was real because I looked it up.
Even back then, you're like, one day, you need to drive this SN95 that I got.
Yep.
And now we're finally here. Out of nowhere, like, hey dude, I just worked a crazy shift, but I'm gonna commit and we're gonna do it.
This was originally my dad's car, and he bought this in 2005. And I grew up in this car. I actually sat in the back seats with the little child seat.
Yeah.
I graduated to the passenger seat. I learned stick in this exact car at 9 years old in a parking lot.
Oh my God, dude, he was like, you're gonna learn now.
Yeah, learned stick in this car. I didn't install it either. He was actually mad impressed. And then he decided to just give it to me, and I decided to do a full build on it. This was always the car that I always wanted, but he didn't want to give it up yet. He wanted to take care of it, and he didn't know if he could trust me or not, probably.
Sure.
And I deeply, deeply love this car with a passion. Like, this is something I want to get to my kids one day if I have any. And so to do a cool, unique build that's going to last forever and take care of it and just enjoy, especially with my father, is something that is going to mean the world to me.
We have to talk about the elephant in the room. Why don't you have a hood right now?
Because I'm so fast, dog.
So fast.
The hood latch failed on me and decided to go kapoop and hit the windshield. So I'm getting that fixed right now.
People might get them confused with like the drivetrain of say the 0304 Cobra or even the 99 Cobra. So could you do a quick explanation of what made this SN95 different from say the normal Mustang GT back then?
Well, this one had the 4-valve motor, so this one has the 281 4.6, but it's got a Texas block in it, and it has what's called B heads, whereas the later 4-valve variants like the Terminator, the Mach 1, the 99 to 01 Cobras, they had the C head variants. The B heads like to make power with centrifugal blowers, whereas the C heads do well NA or with a root style blower.
But you have this massive intake manifold on it.
That is really cool. That's probably the coolest part of the whole car. The motor, it's now got a 11 to 1 compression setup. Factory on these cars is 9.85 to 1, so I wanted to bump it up some. I'm running K1 Wiseco rods and JE pistons. And
oh, 9, dude. Jeez,
oh yeah.
Spinning. That's really unique because I've never driven this motor ever.
Really?
Yeah, never. It's funny because they've always kind of eluded me because, you know, typically they're supercharged, right?
Yep.
But in A, you can tell that it would love boost.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You're like, okay, it's fun. It sounds fun. It does all the things, but you're like, you know, it'd be fun, you know, throw some air at it. But I really like the wing. I think it looks so badass with the wing, because I always felt like the SN95, at least the curvier version, because for a lot of people who aren't Mustang people, the SN95 basically came in two variants, right? It came in this one, which is, I call the very 90s, very curvy, very elegant one. And then you have the new Edge, which is like 0304 Cobra. That's always what I tell people when they don't know Mustang. You go, you know, like the Terminator Cobra. They go, oh, the edgier, more extreme version.
This one's a lot nicer in my opinion. I had a fully built 03 Mach 1 and my dad had a 03 Terminator. The interiors were nice. I always like SN95 interiors, but the dark black in these look really nice.
Even though the car's cool, it makes good power, it looks fantastic, but I think the real sauce of this car is the story, because you've had it literally forever. We were talking about how these cars, when they came out, were like 4x4 trucks, dude.
Yep.
They were so tall. Bilstein shocks on it, I think you said.
Bilstein springs and shocks,
There you go. And you have big wheel and tire setup on it, so it's like track spec.
Yeah,
pretty sick.
That's actually the goal. I'm glad you pointed that out. We got the rear seat delete, the seats, and got the whole body kit looking. The plans to do an IRS and a T56 in the future, but I'm looking to make, I want to mount 550 wheel. I plan on doing a Vortec on this thing. It's got a built motor now, so it's on a conservative tune from the tuner told me, because I had to break the motor in. I'd say, I don't know, 315, 320, hopefully.
That's pretty good, but isn't it so funny how, like, back in the day, that would have been mind-blowing?
Yeah.
It's so funny to see how everything's changed in relative space, right? We're so spoiled with giant horsepower numbers now.
Yeah.
So it's good to kind of look back and appreciate, like, how much work it took just to make 300 wheel all those years ago.
Especially right now, a whole year of this car being down and doing everything inside and putting the motor back in, it was a doozy, man.
What gearing's in this 355?
355.
Yeah, which a lot of people know it as the boost gear, right? Like you said, your car is like ready to go.
Yep, I decided.
Almost there.
Yep, decided to do all the things for the blower. It's not NA. You know, I would have done a 410 or something crazy for
that, and
NA.
you would have got higher compression, and all that stuff. But like, even if you just do a third gear roll on.
Appreciate that.
No, it's funny, the 4.6s have a very interesting sound. Like, somebody always laughed about it with the two valves, especially. It's like, they sounded so much meaner than they were. You know, they had this like very hollow, echoey kind of sound with an exhaust. And I always loved how they sounded. But being 4 valves per cylinder versus 2, that's a big difference.
Absolutely, yeah.
There it is.
Yes, sir. Now we're going.
Woo! How in the world, dude? You were kidding.
I wasn't lying.
No, I believed you, but I didn't realize how dramatic it was. Those were giant fireballs coming out of the back. Holy smokes, dude. Yeah, you just have to get it to the top of the red line almost, and then it just does this crazy pop. Probably see it. That is so awesome. Okay, all right, that's awesome. Good car. It's a good car.
She's been a great car, man.
I know you probably have rose-colored glasses because it's your baby and stuff. Is there anything about the car you don't like or has been frustrating in the build?
So, like every SN95 owner that doesn't like these cars that work on them, the long tube headers were a big pain. They were a big pain, but fortunately, when you drop the K member, everything's out. You bolted that on, and then you put the K member on, so it wasn't too bad. The brakes suck.
Yeah,
the brakes suck. That, and I'm not a big fan of the live axle too much. I actually love IRS suspension. It's very comfortable, and people don't like it because it wheel hops and all that. But if you do the minor things on it, the bushings, that plants it's very well planted, and you get more weight in the rear. That was from a guy called Overtake Auto, and I get a lot of people that ask me about that steering wheel. I had that custom made with my Instagram and YouTube engraving on the bottom.
Oh yeah, where's your YouTube channel?
Oh, it's snakebitten_97.
Well, it's funny you mentioned the live axle, because so many people beg for IRS. They get IRS, and then everyone complains about IRS. They go back to live axle, and they go, why'd you go back to live axle? And then they didn't go to IRS till 2015.
Yep.
Unless you're the Terminator. But then, even with the Terminators, people swapped it back to live axle, which is crazy.
Yep. But these are really good looking cars, and a lot of people overlook them because I don't think they can create a creativity in their mind to customize these to make them look better. Because I admit, stock with the right height and the wheels sunk in, they don't look good at all. It's very rough.
Oh, my personal favorite, the 3 spokes.
Oh,
Those
the pizza wheel cutters.
At first glance, your fitment's pretty freaking good.
Really?
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
Well, I mean, this body is kind of hard to eye because it has that. It's a stock body, but it still has those hips and humps, and you're like, wait, where does it line up? Well, how do I measure this?
Yep. And that's the nature of these cars. Like, they're not much money, and like everyone overlooks these cars. You get such a good bargain for your money.
Right.
It comes with a Texan block, the block everybody wants.
Yeah.
And it's got boost ready heads.
Right.
Just do rods and pistons, and you're saving money than doing a Coyote swap.
Right.
And I'm like, so you got a better sounding car. No offense, Coyote guys, but you know, it performs well, and it's super light, and it's a Cobra at the end of the day. Like, why would you not want to get a car like this? I don't understand.
No, it feels really healthy, man. It likes being beat on. You can tell it likes it.
Well, another fun fact about this car, this car, the body, the transmission, the rear end has over 200,000 miles on it.
That's amazing. Dude, I just can't get over how satisfying that is, dude. After every shift, you know that's coming. So you're like, oh yeah, here comes the fire.
Yep.
Just for half a second, you shift into the next year and you're like, is it gonna happen? And then you go, boom. You know, nowadays, there's so many like obnoxious burble tunes and everything like that. That's just like, this is fun.
Yep.
It's not dorky or silly, you know, it just does the thing. It almost gives you validation that you got to the RPM you needed to be.
Yep.
You know, you're like, oh, I was in the right spot because there's a giant fireball coming out the back of my car.
Yeah, it always puts a smile on my face every time.
A lot of people don't realize, like the Terminator, SN95, just this whole generation, the manual shifter is really wonky, right? Because you have this kind of weird arm thing.
Yep.
But in this, going into 4th gear and pumping it felt real good. It's super fun.
It's a very rewarding car. No, man, this is just something I've wanted you to do ever since you was a YouTuber, man. I was like, I've watched you since the beginning, and you reviewing the Contour was great, but this has been my favorite car out of all of them, and this is something that I've always wanted you to do, and we're halfway there. Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Well,
dude, thank you.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. It's been awesome. Go watch his YouTube channel. He's a super nice dude. I'll see you guys next time. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.